Okay, division. Use the quotient, find the quotient and the remainder. So x squared minus 3. So we're dividing by x squared minus 3. And we have 2x to the fourth minus x cubed minus 3x squared plus 7x minus 12. And I think just to keep everything equal, let's put x squared minus 0x minus 3, or plus 0x. It doesn't really matter here, it's 0. So now what times x squared gives me x to the fourth? That would be x squared, and you need a 2, so 2x squared. So what are you doing? You're taking 2x squared times x squared plus 0x minus 3. And you get 2x to the fourth, and 2x squared times 0x is 0x squared, cubed, sorry. And 2x squared times negative 3 is negative 6x squared. So we subtract, which changes all our signs. That gives us 3x squared there. And a negative 1 plus 0 is still a negative 1, x cubed. All right. And now we drop down to 7x. And now you ask, okay, negative x cubed divided by the first one here. That tells you what goes on top right here. So this is going to be a negative x. So multiply by negative x, x squared plus 0x minus 3. And what do you get? You get negative x cubed minus x squared, 0x squared, and a plus 3x. So we subtract, so it changes all the signs. 7 minus 3 is 4. 3 plus 0 is 3. And those are out. Drop down to minus 12. Now, 3x squared divided by the first again, and that gives us 3. So we're going to add 3 here, and take 3 times the x squared plus 0x minus 3. And you get 3x squared plus 0x minus 9. Subtract, change all your signs. So negative 3, 4x. So our remainder is 4x minus 3. And the correct way to write it, I mean, they just wanted the quotient, which is the top part here, and the remainder is 4x minus 3. But if you wanted to complete it, you'd say plus 4x minus 3 over x squared minus 3. Okay? All right, let's do this again. 2x squared plus 0x plus 1. And we get 3x cubed plus 0x squared plus 2x minus 4. Don't forget the placeholders. You have to have them. Now, you take 3x cubed and divide it by the first term here. And you get 3 halves x. So we're going to multiply by 3 halves x. All right. And what do we get when we multiply this out? 3 halves x times 2x squared. The 2's cancel, and I get 3x cubed. 3 halves x squared times 0x is still 0x squared. And 3 halves x times 1 is 3 halves x. Subtract, change all your signs. That's gone, that's gone. Now what is 2 minus 3 halves? Got to get a common denominator. 4 minus 3 is 1 half. So this is 1 half x. And you drop down to minus 4. So now you take 1 half x divided by the 2x squared. And what do you get? Well, you should realize that you're done, because this is smaller than your first term here. So our answer, our quotient is 3 halves x, and our remainder is 1 half x minus 4. And the final way to write it, but that's okay, you don't have to write that. Okay, so we have 7x plus 2. That's divided by the 2x squared minus x minus 4. Well, right off the bat, you should notice that the first term is smaller than that first term. So really, 7x plus 2 is the remainder. So here's what it looks like. 7x plus 2 over 2x squared minus x minus 4. It's the same thing as looking at something like 3/4. The top number is smaller than the bottom one, so you don't need to reduce it anymore, as opposed to like 8 over 3. And you would take the bigger number divided by the bottom number, and then you get a quotient, and then you get a remainder. But here, the top one is smaller than the bottom one. So we're done. The 7x plus 2 is the answer, or 0 is your quotient, and 7x plus 2 is the remainder. Okay, so now we got 10x plus 4 divided by the 2x minus 5. Again, the first term divided by the first term here, that gives us 5. So it goes over the ones column, and we distribute 5 times 2x minus 5, and we get 10x minus 25. Subtract, and we get 29. So 5 is the quotient, and 29 is the remainder, or 5 and 29 over 2x minus 5. Use the remainder theorem to find f of c. So basically what we're doing is what we did in the last chapter. F of 2 is what you're putting in there, and you just plug 2 in. And, oops, if you get a 0, then that means 2. That means x minus 2 would be a factor of that x cubed function. So we get 3 times 8 minus 4 minus 4. So 24 minus 4 minus 4. 20 minus 4 is 16. So no, c equals 2 is not going to be a factor. It's not going to be a factor, but what it tells us is the remainder, if x minus 2 was tried to be a factor, 16 would be the remainder. Okay? Okay, so we plug negative 3 in and see what we get. Negative 3 to the 4th will be positive. Squared will be positive. That will be negative. So negative 3 to the 4th is 81. Positive 81. This is positive 9 times negative 6 is negative 54. That's negative 12. So we get 81 minus 54 is 26. Minus 12 is 14. Minus 8 is 6. So the remainder is 6 when you have x plus 3 as one of your factored forms. That's what that is talking about. All right, let's move on. Okay, use the factor theorem to show that x minus c is a factor of f of x. So basically what that's saying is you have x plus 3 as a factor. Does that work? So you can substitute, you could do long division if you wanted. So x cubed plus x squared minus 2x plus 12. You could do synthetic division, okay? Synthetic division, again, is 1, 1, negative 2, 12. And we're going to use negative 3 here. Okay, so watch how all of this plays out and how everything is written. Okay, as in factored form, that's what it looks like. All right, so you could go through this and figure it out real quickly just for practice. Synthetic division, drop down the first one, multiply, add, multiply again, add, multiply, and you get 0. So what that means is x plus 3 is a factor of that polynomial. The other thing you could do is you could plug negative 3 in, f of negative 3, and negative 3 cubed plus negative 3 squared minus 2 times negative 3 plus 12. All right, so negative 3 cubed is negative 27. Negative 3 squared is 9. And this is plus 6 plus 12. So negative 27 plus 9 is negative 18. Plus 6 is 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So you get 0. The exact same thing as if you do synthetic division. And if you did the long division, you get 0 as a remainder. So your 0 is negative 3. In factored form, it's x plus 3. So showing it means this right here. Somehow you're getting a 0, either with long division, synthetic division, or what we just got done doing, you're just substituting the number in. All right, number 50. Now you decide what to do. I'll go ahead and just put negative 2 in to the 12th power minus 4096. So take your calculator and figure out what negative 2 to the 12th is. And you get, this will be positive 4096 minus 4096. Oops. And that's 0. So yes, x plus 2 is a factor of x to the 12th minus 4096. All right. Now, is 3 a factor? Meaning, is x minus 3 a factor? So we plug 3 in. And again, you could do synthetic division if you wanted to. Eventually, you're going to have to. And let's figure out what this is. 3 to the 4th is 81 minus 6 plus 9. Oops, this is cubed here. 3 cubed is 27. 27 times 2 is 54. Plus 9 minus 36. So 81 minus 54 is 27. Plus 9 is 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. So yes, that's how we showed it. Number 19. Find the polynomial with a leading coefficient of 1. So basically what that is y equals, we have a degree of 3, so it's x plus 2, x minus 0, and x minus 5. It's positive 5, so that'd be x minus 5. So, and now you just figure it out. Now this is just x, so I'm going to put this out here, and I'm going to do x plus 2 times x minus 5. So FOIL it, distribute it, whatever, and we get x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 10. So this is x times x squared minus 3x minus 10, and then distribute the x, and we get f of x equals 1x cubed, leading coefficient's 1, minus 3x squared minus 10x. So basically what it's asking is, hey, what was the equation? All right? And 21. Okay, so again, your zeros are plus or minus 3, so x minus 3, x plus 3, and x minus 1. Well, this right here, you should notice that's the difference of squares, so that's x squared minus 9 times x minus 1. Distribute, x cubed minus x squared minus 9x plus 9. So f of x equals, and that's the answer actually, because nothing goes together. All right, 23. So we have x plus 2 as a 0, x minus 1, x plus 1, so there's a difference of squares there, and then x minus 4. A degree 4 is what we're looking for. If you multiply it together, you get x to the 4th. So this here is x squared minus 1. Let's go ahead and finish and just kind of get that down. Let's go ahead and distribute these. Go ahead and pause the video and do this as we're doing it. So that's x squared plus 2x minus 4x plus, minus 8. All right, and that's x squared minus 2x minus 8. So distribute and figure out what you got from there. So x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x cubed. And then a minus 8x squared. Then distribute the negative 1. That just means change all the signs. Like terms together, you get f of x equals x to the 4th minus 2x cubed. And we have a minus 9x squared plus 2x plus 8. And that would be the final answer. Okay, 25, synthetic division. So the key about this is make sure you have all the placements here. So what this is showing you is C is 2. All right, so that's what's going to go out on your synthetic division. Coefficients 2, negative 3, 4, and negative 5. Drop down the first, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So that's your remainder. So it says use synthetic division to find the quotient and the remainder. All right, so what that says is if this is 2x cubed, this right here is going to be 2x squared plus a 1x plus 6 with the remainder being 7. Could be written like this, 2x squared plus x plus 6 plus 7 over the x minus 2. That's really the final answer. All right, 27. Okay, so again, C is -3 here. Using synthetic division, make sure you have placeholders. So you have a 1 x cubed, you have a 0x squared, you have a -8 x, and a -5. Drop down the first one, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So again, this is x cubed, so this will be 1x cubed minus 3x squared plus 1, and the remainder is -8. Okay, next. 29, again, C is -2 here. -2 goes into play. Leading coefficient is 3. There is no x to the fourth, so 0. There is no x cubed, so 0. We have a positive 6x squared. We have no x, so that's 0, and we have a constant of 7. So you have to have the placeholders. So now drop the first, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, 72 here, and add. That gives us -65. So that's our remainder. So what do we have here? That's 3x to the fifth, so this is 3x to the fourth minus 6x cubed plus 12x squared minus 18x plus 36, and the remainder is -65. Again, if you need more time, you pause it and do it yourself. Let's do 31. Synthetic division again. So this is C equals +1/2, so we're going to put 1/2 out here. We have 4x to the fourth. We have no x cubed. We do have a -5x squared. We have no x, and we have a 1. Drop it down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, and add. And what that means is x minus 1/2 is a factor of that trinomial. So we get 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x minus 2. Okay? And the remainder is 0. All right, let's go on. Okay, so use synthetic division to find f of c. Okay, so again, this is from x minus 3. So we plug in a 3 for synthetic division, 2, 3, -4, and 4. Drop the first, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, 69, and add 73. So that's our remainder. So we have 2x squared, because that's 2x cubed, 2x squared plus 9x plus 23, and your remainder is 73. 35, -0.2, and we have 0.3x cubed. We don't have an x squared, but we have a 0.4x, and we don't have a constant. Drop the first one down, and 2 times 3 is 6, and you have 2 decimal positions, so that's 0.06, and it's negative. Add those together. Multiply, negative times a negative is positive. 2 times 6 is 12, and you have 3 decimal positions, so 0.012. Add those together, you get 0.412. Multiply by 0.2, this will be negative. So 2 times 412 is 824. And you have 4 decimal positions. So 0.0824. Add those together, -0.0824. And so this is your answer. It says find f of c. So when x is -0.2, we're going to get -0.0824 for an answer. Okay, number 37. 1/3. Get over your little fraction problems and decimals and use your brain. You can do this. 27. We don't have an x to the fourth or an x cubed. We have a 2. We don't have an x. We have a 1. So that's where students really make the mistake. They forget a lot of different placeholders. Drop the first one down. So this is from x minus 1/3 as a factor. So multiply those together and add. 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 Or 4/3. So that's the answer if c is 1/3. All right. 2 plus square root of 3. And again, this came from x minus 2 plus square root of 3. So synthetic division, 1, 3, negative 5. So drop the first one down. And we get, add those together, you get 5 plus the square root of 3. So you got to multiply. So 2 plus the square root of 3 times 5 plus the square root of 3. Distribute. Stop it and do it by yourself. And then check to see if you got it right. So 13 plus 7 square root of 3. Okay, now add those together. We're going to get 8 plus 7 square root of 3, and that would be the answer. Now let's go on to 41. Use synthetic division to show that c is a 0. All right, so again, this comes from x plus 2 as a factor. So this does work. We're showing it, so we should get 0 as a remainder. But again, remember to put everything in as placeholders, and this has everything. So drop it down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, and we get 0. Okay, awesome. Let's do 43. All right, so I'm always going to say it. This is x minus 1/2. So what do we have here? Put 1/2 in. 4, negative 6, 8, and negative 3. They're all there, which is great. Drop it down and multiply. And then add, multiply, and add, and multiply, and add. And there we just shown that 1/2 is one of the zeros. Okay, so hopefully you got all this. What happens after this is really what it shows is that x minus 1/2 is a factor, and you're left with 4x squared minus 4x plus 6. Okay, and this is still equal to f of x. Well, we can still find more zeros or possible zeros from that, but that's not what we're doing this lesson. So that's what's coming.